Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Jay Stace. Today I'm back with another video, and today we're going to be doing a bit of a weapon showcase on the frequency. Now, the frequency is a weapon I have not seen many videos on or many people talking about, but basically this weapon was custom made, tailor made for Amara. As you see up on the below the weapon card, kills increase shots fired for a time. So after you get a kill, you'll start shooting 2, 3, 4 orbs. I'm not exactly sure how much. I just know when I'm shooting, I see about 3 or 4 after like one kill or so. And also every orb, it basically sort of like a Jacob's weapon. Every time you hit an orb, it'll send out a frequency basically to enemies around it. And when you're getting ties that bind and indiscriminate, a lot of crazy things happen. So this is my build. I'm not taking do harm anymore because ties that bind and indiscriminate don't work with do harm anymore. They have their like own set kind of thing now with the update. And then I'm just using a couple ASCs. My favorite ASCs to go with are Cryo and Corrosive with a P-nade, Pearl Knowledge, and then this Phaser. I don't really have the best one for this kind of weapon. So this is like pretty much an all-around one, but it's pretty much fine. And then I just want to talk about this anointment real quick. This anointment on this gun is incredible. This gun with Amara doesn't need more damage to be good. Sure, more damage is fine. I almost never see this anoint. Probably because I don't use that many Malawan weapons, but this DLC dropped a good bit of Malawan weapons that are actually pretty good. The Flipper, Complex Root, this frequency as well. And so we're going into From Rest as well. And I'm not sure if I showed this side, but I just have 3 and then 2 points into here. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and get into it, and I'll show you guys that this gun is monstrous. It just takes a little bit of sort of getting used to whenever you're outside of when you're outside of your I thought I blew him the I thought I blew him off the stage. But when you're outside of your phase lock, the timing is a little different. It's not exactly one pull of the trigger, but it's like close. So when you're outside of it, you kind of have to adjust. But still, it's not too bad, and it takes a little bit of a learning curve. But even then, if you hold it for like a little second longer, it's not that big of a deal. It's still gonna shred whatever's in its way. But you can maximize your potential, and that's what I'm really liking this phase grasp anoint, because I've never even used this on any other weapon, and this was the first. I basically all the legendaries I have were just for me, like just playing through the DLC. I wasn't ever really looking for something, and this was the first one I got, and I feel like it'd probably be like one of my favorite anoints for it. From Rest, you just get to shoot. And it just decimates everything. And it's funny because one of my favorite shotguns to use in Mayhem 3, it was either a blue or purple, I think it was the Cyclotron. It was basically whatever is like this shotgun that shoots like 3 bursts. But it was like blue or something, and I would always use it with Infusion back when I first started playing Amara, because back then I was more of a Zane main, but I was starting up my Amara. But I would love using that blue shotgun on main, and of course, main 3 is nothing compared to what we have now. But yeah, it just brings me back to that, and this is definitely my favorite shotgun in the game at this point. But I also want to point out on this build, I am using Illuminated Fist because in this tree there's not too much else you really want to take. You only need about 3 in sustainment. Sometimes I put 5 just because. I'm trying out Wildfire just because helps with pearl stacking and stuff like that. But again, it's not really needed. But the cool thing is with the new Guardian perks that we got, like pseudo melee, even if you're not even spec'd remotely into melee, is super viable to, you know, demolish one enemy, and then you have like 25% of overkill or whatever that you dealt in the last 5 seconds, and you can really just punch things like quite easily. Like that. So that's why I put it on, just for a bit of extra damage. You might not even probably need it. It's like, why not? You can give it an element. Cryo spinner, no! Yeah, I'd have to say this is definitely my favorite weapon in the game as of right now, for sure. So right there, I didn't even need the ties. I didn't even need to put them in ties for them all to just die, just because the orbs ricochet on their own. So I don't know who designed this weapon at Gearbox, but this is awesome. It just looks visually great as well. Yes, incredible. The bullets, not the weapon design. The weapon design's not bad. That's another thing from this DLC. I actually enjoyed a lot of the weapon skins on the newer weapons, especially the light show. Even though it's sort of just the storm, I love the way it looks. And then the main thing this weapon is pretty weak on, I should have switched over to Shock Infusion first. But the problem is, as you can see, I can't, in boss fights, you can't really get, you know, your multiple orbs and stuff going. So that's the only real issue with it. I don't think it'll be that strong in bossing. I could be wrong. Probably could definitely get some value out of it. But for bossing, recently I've been loving using this 200 ASC bright side, which I might do a video on. But I like using the complex route for bossing, but playing on console, it crashes my console a good amount of the time. But it's still really good, and I still use it sometimes. But I like using this as an alternative because, as far as I know, it doesn't crash my console. But yeah, that's gonna be the video, and I hope you guys all enjoyed. This has been your boy Jay Stace. Peace.